What is the mindset of churches today in comparison to the first century church? Well, it is vastly different. And so many churches are acting as if they are pimps in a literal sense. Your money is my money. It is not about souls, it is about what is getting passed through the collection plate or what is being donated through online means. That is what it's about. It is not about saving souls. It is not about teaching the gospel and faith and obedience and truth, obeying God's commands through his son. This is why you may see churches not preaching the real gospel. They want something watered down. They're not doing things out of love, as the book of 1 James 4:8. Whoever doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. It starts with that biblical foundation of that true love. And when churches are behaving in this manner and not truly anchored in God's word, it's not about love, it is about money. And your money is their money. Stop going to church or stop giving out tithe or stop tithing and see how people may feel about that from the church. They're going to tell you to give, 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 give. And there's nothing wrong with giving, but it needs to be cheerful. You need to be a cheerful giver, as the Bible mentions. But many of these churches are about giving the money because your money is their money. And God doesn't need your money. It is important to be part of a church, but that church must be in truth. And it can't be a church that is biblically unsound. It is not in doctrine. In the book of 1 John, in chapter 4, verse 16, and so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love, and whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is the kind of church that must be demonstrated. Why are churches popping up around the world, in our nation? And what is it about? It's about profitability. The preacher has to get paid. You have those on the payroll that want to get paid and have to get paid. But it's not about doing what God is desiring them to do. As the Bible mentioned in the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15, if you love me, keep my commands. Follow God's word and preach the gospel. Worship correctly. Follow God's word, the Bible, not some other book or what someone said 200 or 300 or 1,000 years ago. Follow what the first century church, what it was built upon. It was built upon Christ. And when churches deviate from that, then it has to be about themselves, which leads to money. The time is right now to think about the church that you're in. And if you are part of a church where you are more into money and not souls, you better think again. Because God is watching all of us, and he knows who is truthful and who is living in faith and obedience and learning to persevere through his word. The time is right now to get your life together before it's too late. Because when God judges, there won't be any money. There won't be any titles. It will only be what God knows to be good or evil.